dry clothes you, please. Alright, so today's going to be kind of an easy night. Alright, get your water hot, because I forgot to pull out chicken for this chicken fajita mix. I'm special, we all know this. Got a piece of chicken, frozen piece of chicken. I made a mistake. Oh my god. So super hot water. So then we can try and start defrosting it while I cut up all the other vegetables. Which actually I need to wash that pan. Never prepared. Never give up. Never prepared. But that is okay. Let me do a little scrub out of this pan real fast. Don't use the scrubby side, use the spongy side. Because this is what we're going to want to use to cook all our stuff in, probably. Actually, truthfully, I probably want to use the bigger one. I should just use the bigger one, actually. Because we're going to put, like, chicken in there and all of the veggies. And my hands are wet. And the towel's over here. And I am tired. And I turned off the water when I need to get it super duper hot. I don't know what I'm doing. So we actually want to get all the bigger pans. Probably don't need the big pan, but the medium pan should be fine. There we go, medium pan. Put the medium pan on the stove. Luckily tonight's dinner should not take too long. The thing that'll take the most time is the cutting, because that takes a while. Let me get my chicken in defrosting for a second, a couple minutes. I can't really cook my dinner without the chicken. We're also using leftovers. Okay, I need onion, peppers, rice, tom-toms. Okay guys, I'll show you what I got real quick. Tomatoes. This is leftover rice. It has broccoli in it, but we're going to kind of work around the broccoli. It's a good mix. Got onion. Then got 2 peppers. We got red and yellow. You can do green and blue. There's no blue peppers as far as I know. But you can do green and red, orange and yellow, whatever combination you want. We like yellow, red, and orange usually. Okay, so now while the chicken's defrosting, what we're going to do is start cutting all this stuff up. Or getting it placed where it needs to. So we're going to do like tortillas and stuff. So I'm going to pull out 2 plates. You know what, let's get cutting first and then we'll make our tortilla mix. So let's start with the peppers. Because you know what, peppers are good. So I need to get it to where you guys are a little bit. There we go, now you can see a little bit better. Hi, Abby. So I like to keep the bag when I'm cutting stuff, because usually I use it for my trash. The bag just off to the side. Got some good peppers, some good looking peppers. Look at that. Ooh, look at those pretties. Look at those pretties. So what we're gonna do is just cut off the top, clean out the insides here. Do it carefully with your sharp knife. We don't need anyone getting cut here, please. That is what we are trying to avoid. So then just kind of shake all the seeds out into the bag or a trash can, whatever you'd like to do. And then you can keep the top or toss it. Since this top is so big, I'm actually going to cut a bit off. I don't like that part. And we'll use it in our chicken fajita mix. There we go. And then we can toss the rest. Cut that one a little bit. You kind of want thin slices with your peppers, just because it's going to cook a little bit better and a little bit easier. And then with the bottoms, same thing. Cut off the bottoms. It just gives you a more even flat. With this, you can use them as well, which I will be using them. Because you know what? Use as much as you can. Waste not, want not. Want not, waste not. Wah, 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 wah. Ha, wah, 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 wah. Okay, there we go. And then what we're gonna do, just cut this right down the middle. Let me try and get this all out. There we go. Just kind of a little bit of extra bottom pieces. They don't need to be there, really. So I try to trim mine as much as possible. Like, I get out the white stuff in the center and whatnot as much as possible. It's not going to be perfect. That's fine. And then all you want to do is just take this, lay it down flat, and then just make thin slices. They don't have to be super thin, but you also don't want them super thick. So just do this with both of your peppers. Okay, I'm okay. Poked myself a little bit. I'm good though. Be careful. I just poked it with the very tip. No, I did not go into my skin at all by the look of it, which is good. Just be careful. Don't go too fast. I was just being a dipsy doodle. I cut that one really thin. Try and keep your fingers curled as you're doing this, so if you slip, you just kind of hit your fingernails rather than cutting your finger. That would be preferable. Cut that in half just so it's easier. You can do kind of thick ones as well. I like thick. Thick or thin. They're all peppers. It's going to taste the same. You're going to cook it enough to kind of get it all not wilted down. You don't want it wilted. I'm going to grab a bowl to put all this in. Boop. Don't want to do that. But right there's perfect, because now you can see me putting it in the bowl. And you see it build up. Ooh, that's pretty. I got a nice thing going right there. Alright, now we're going to do the red. This gives it a little bit more color, a little bit more flavor, because each pepper has kind of its own flavor. And it's always good to have a couple, because sometimes you can get a bad pepper. We've definitely had a couple bad peppers in our time. Can't say we haven't. Everyone has, everyone will. Because like sometimes it'll be in the pepper, so you won't know until you opened it up, which is disappointing, but it happens, unfortunately. But just gotta live with it, continue on, move on, go on to the next step, etc., etc. I got a Snapchat. I can't check my Snapchat right now. I'm in the middle of my stream where everyone was watching me cut peppers, because peppers need to be put in a chicken fajita mix. Truthfully, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to flavor this with fully. Probably some taco seasoning. Feels like something's on my leg. Probably taco seasoning. Shoot, I don't know what else. A few other mixes. Paprika, probably, because paprika is always good. So we'll wind up just mixing all this together. So once I get this in, then I'll cut up the chicken right after this. Hope it's de-thawed at least a little bit at this point. But we'll get the chicken started first, and then we'll just throw all of this in there, and then it'll just be one big mix, which is kind of cool. You can especially do like a nice big pot as well, which is pretty nice. So if you have a big group, if you have a work party or something, you can just have make a huge pan of this, and then you have a huge chicken fajita mix that people can throw like into tortillas or something, which is what we're going to do tonight. Make sure to have some cheese available, because everyone loves cheese. There we go. Okay, we got all the peppers sliced and diced. let's do the onion. I gotta wipe down my hand a little bit, it's a little wet. There we go. So we're gonna do like 1/4 to half an onion. Alright, and this is also why we have the bag, more trash. Take off the skin layer. I'll probably do about half an onion, truthfully. I'm not a huge fan of onions, but I know my boyfriend is. And really, in a chicken fajita mix, it's not too terrible. We'll start with 1/4 and just see how it looks. Usually when I'm doing chicken fajitas, I like to leave it half like this. I don't do this and I don't do this. I just do this. So then you get kind of nice, long, thin pieces to be cooked. And then you can mix that all in and such. Yeah, we'll do half, because this will, if we leave this in long enough, it'll get pretty shriveled up and caramelize a lot. So we want that to happen. Okay, there we go. Then we want a plastic bag for the other one. Try and keep it fresh as can be. Alright, so let's get that placed into the bowl with our peppers. Lots of onion. See how the chicken's doing. Still really, really frozen. So we're gonna do one more go through with hot water. Give it a couple more minutes in that. I just refreshed it to try and get a little bit hotter. Well, I can cut tomatoes real quick. Well, I can cut one because I want one to eat. Well. Okay, so what we can do is we'll get our tortillas ready. We'll get some tortillas on. We'll pull out the cheese we're going to use. I'm thinking we'll probably use pepper jack because pepper jack's good. Let's see if I can just pull out two without having to move it completely out here. Hey, Empower Community. Thanks for the lurk. That is what we must do. That is how we shall grow. Guys, if you do not know, go check out the Empowered Community channel. We haven't gotten that part off as much yet, but there is a link in my description, and it should be on the Power Communities channel as well, to our Discord. It's open and welcome to everyone and anyone that would like to join. It's for streamers, it's for non-streamers, it's for people who want to help, people who are looking for help. It's for coders and gamers and non-gamers and YouTube watchers and Netflix watchers and people who just want to chill. It's literally for anyone. So make sure to go check them out, guys, and go check out the Discord and come join us. We are friends and family. We're all growing together and we're helping each other grow, and it's a good time. We all get to just we hang out and chat a lot and stuff, and we just help each other out. Okay, so we got that. I was like, I was hoping that I grabbed two for me and Zach. One for me and Zach. Okay. So this is the rice mix I was talking about. So there's 3 broccolis, which we'll work around. Actually push them off to the side earlier to prep for this. See, every now and again I come kind of prepared. So what we'll do is we'll just take out a couple scoops and put it onto, as I get it onto the counter, put it onto our tortillas. My mouth has something itchy, like the tomatoes itchy. Like, not allergy itchy, it's just like I ate it. I don't know. There we go. Okay, there's one. You want a decent amount because that's what's going to bring it all together. I'm going to take that and just throw it on mine. It's fine. I wash my counters. If you wash your counters, it's probably fine. If you don't, probably don't do it. The 5-second rule does not apply if you do not wash your counters. I wipe it down pretty much every night after dinner, so I'm just trying to make sure that I get a decent amount of the rice on each. So you can also do this with white rice, brown rice, and all that. I'm just using the leftover rice because I don't want to cook more rice right now. So I'm just using leftover. There we go. Got that already. Tomato in my mouth. Because tomatoes are good and they're healthy for you. So I'm putting away that rice real quick. I'll grab out the cheese. So today we're going to use pepper jack. It gives a little bit of a kick to it. We'll get a little bit of a kick out of the taco seasoning stuff as well and the paprika, but this is just something I really like as well. There we go. Alright, so cheese. Where is me cheese grater? Where is the cheese grater? You know what? We're gonna do something kind of crazy. We have a cheese slicer. We're gonna slice this cheese. We're not gonna grate it, we're gonna slice it. Not even dice it, just slice it. Alright. Now, all you gotta do for the slicer, all you gotta do is just drag it along the top and you get this nice long pile. And then just put it on top of the rice. I'm putting it on right now because I'm gonna wind up throwing all this into the microwave so it can all melt together and be all tasty and yummy. So you don't want too thick of a layer of cheese because you really want the flavors of like the peppers and the onion and the chicken coming through more than you want cheese and rice coming through. Still want the flavors there, but just not as strong. There we go. Alright. Just kind of give it a hard press. It's a little bit more difficult with one of these cheeses because this is a softer cheese. So towards the end, it kind of just wants to break off. I can feel this side giving away. What I should probably do is take it, flip it, and go from the other end once or twice. And you see it's also getting all scrunched up, not staying as one piece now. That's okay. It's going to happen. This cheese, it's not perfect. No one is. Nothing is. So that's okay. Just distribute it out. Any extra, just toss in your mouth. Alright. That's cheese. Ready to go. I'll show you guys what it looks like on the thing in just a moment as well. Here. Let me flip you around. Darkness. See, there we go. We got the layers of cheese. See how pretty that one looks? Just a little layer. I won't put the tomatoes on until after we're done with everything else because I like the coolness of the tomatoes. Like everything else is warm, have the tomatoes a bit cooler. Gives it a little bit different, like, not texture necessarily, but different eats, different taste. Just a little different. Alright. Next is chicken. So still pretty frozen because that obviously I kind of screwed up there. But we're going to do what we can. Because as we cook it, we'll defrost. Oops. Let me wash off my hands real quick. Whenever I handle chicken, I tend to wash my hands a lot more. Just because chicken's gross. Alright, wash these. Scooch all your ready to go stuff out of the way, just so you don't get chicken on accident. Oof. So I'm going to take off the spots that I can't really eat. And by that, I mean just because it grosses me out, the little blood spots. So I just toss those away. I know it's a little bit of waste. Some people have no issue with it, but for me, I just can't. I cannot. Ooh, that's a bad one. It's actually really helping carve it with having this frozen, actually. Okay, that's a little bit better. I think the rest I can handle. So now what we're gonna do is cut it into cubes. So they're going to be kind of thin cubes is what we're kind of going for, just so we can spread it out a little bit more evenly. So just kind of take your time with it, because if it is frozen, so you don't cut yourself on accident. Just kind of saw your way through a little bit. Jesus Christ. I forgot to de-thaw. I should have de-thawed my chicken first. For real. Ah, crap. It's starting to slide a little bit. I hope my family isn't watching right now and seeing how dangerous this is. Because it's not a safe thing to do to use frozen chicken right now. This should be the last one I need. There we go. So yeah, this one's like frozen solid. So just start cutting it into slices or cubes. Sliced cubes, kind of smallish pieces. Because then it will also cook faster if it's a little smaller. So it's not bad to have it a little small. Yeah, just take your time with cutting it. Keep your fingers out of the way as much as possible. See, there we go. There's already a piece that we've gone through. Actually, I'm going to turn on the pan right now because it needs time to warm up. Alright, it's on the stove, heating at high currently. And then we'll get some oil into there in just a little bit. I use olive oil for quite a few of our cooking recipes to make sure it doesn't stick to the pan. It can add a little bit of flavor, but we don't use it. I don't think it adds too much flavor at all. Which is kind of good, because then like, if you don't want to add flavor to something, it's good to use that. Alright. See, we're getting kind of these more elongated type of chicken now because we're getting in the center. It's actually kind of good because everything else is elongated. So you kind of want this to match. So when you lay it down, it all kind of lays the same way. And it makes it easier to eat. And then this part is not frozen. So it'll also cook at a little bit different speeds because some is frozen, some is not. But we should be all A-okay. Oops, come on. When the chicken's really thin, I kind of tend to cut them a little bigger, a little wider, just because of how thin it is, to make sure it gets enough chicken in that bite. Because you want similar chicken bites, so then it all tastes as similarly as possible, like each bite. I hear the water running. It's just very slowly trickling right now. You want it, each bite as similar as possible. There we go. Two more. Actually, truthfully, that part I'm just going to get rid of because it's mainly just fat. And I don't like the fat. There we go. Now you guys can see a little better as I cut it up. I just made the chicken fart. Lol. It's kind of funny. There we go. Alright. Last one, and then we'll go see how our pan's doing. This one could be a little bit bigger bites because this is very thin. It's one of the end sides. There we go. Just about there. Boop. Boop. Alright, now we have our bag of trash. We won't be cutting up anything else, so that can just go straight in the trash can. Alright. This can go in the sink. Alright. And just rinsed off all the chicken gooey. Hey, Spicy Ramen Shop, making you guys hungry. I'm making everyone hungry. That's my job. That is literally the only reason I do this, is to make people hungry and jealous. No, I'm kidding. I'm hoping to teach people how to make this type of stuff is kind of what it is. It's a lot of me learning as well, but hey, if people are able to learn from it. How are you guys doing, Spicy Ramen? Sorry about my finger in the way of the camera. That might happen every now and again. Aha. I'm getting better at getting the this down from its spot just a little bit. All right, let's get this in the pan. Let's get this flipped around. Ooh, that means it's definitely probably hot enough. Oh yeah. Let's turn this down to like medium. Ooh, little bit more oil. And then we're going to pull it off the heat. When it gets too hot, don't be afraid to pull it off the heat. Let it cool down a little bit, because that's definitely gotten too hot. I didn't think it would get ready that fast, actually. That's my mistake. Always be wary. Never hurts to have a fire extinguisher, alright? Don't be afraid to have a fire extinguisher. Red means do not touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. Alright, so let me just give that a second to kind of cool off just a little bit. Because we do not want that going in and then just oil going absolutely everywhere. Because oil does burn. And I won't lie, it does not feel good. I've definitely done it a few times. This stuff tastes so good. Yum. And they all have really tame flavors, especially the red and the yellows. I think red's a little bit stronger. Red's a little bit stronger, not much. What I like to put with it is this stuff, Tajin. I like to put on everything technically, but it's a Mexican fruit seasoning, but just, it tastes so good. I put it on my rice, put it on my noodles. I said put it on everything. I'm really hungry apparently. My cat is just chilling out over there. Hi, Lovey. How are you? Hi, Lovey. He doesn't want to say hi. Alright, so this is cooled down a bit. Put it back on heat. Oh, now he does. Hi. Just make sure to stay back, Lovey. And stuff, just to make sure. Alright, I'm turning you guys around. Now, I'm going to put you guys down for a second just because of the possible oil. Whoops, splash. I don't want to risk burning myself. I want to be able to put this in a little bit quicker. Yeah, there it is. I need an oil guard. So just take your time to heat it up. I probably should have waited to turn on the thing. I didn't realize it would heat quite that fast, and that is my mistake. I will learn from that mistake for next time. I'm just going to keep this moving in the pan so it doesn't get too hot. Okay, since it's off the heat right now, I can stop stirring for a second while we try and find our seasonings. So, I'm thinking we'll do a little bit of paprika. We'll definitely, garlic powder, definitely do some of that. There's not much left. You know what, yes, let's do some chili powder. Whoops, I just knocked my knife. Salt and pepper. I think that should be good. Yeah. You know what, we'll throw a little bit of thyme in there. Ooh, you can feel the heat. Wow, that's really, really hot. Like, it's normally pretty warm and stuff, but that seems hotter than normal. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. You can hear it just going instantly. There we go. Just keep it stirring. I turned it down a little bit, so hopefully it will cool off. It'll help cool it off, I should say. There we go. Everything's pretty much defrosted at this point, so it's not too bad. Right now all I'm doing is getting the chicken cooked. It's just to make sure it's not pink anymore. It is still a little pink right now, but we can add our seasoning. So what we're going to do is add the pepper. It takes quite a bit of turning. Let's make it a little bit more coarse maybe. Let's try that. Ooh, that might help out actually. letting it set so it's trying to all cook again, or it's trying to pick up its temperature all in one spot. So just trying to get as much pepper in as I possibly can. This doesn't, it does okay. I would say it is okay. And then I would recommend stirring between each seasonings. Salt. You definitely want a bit of salt, but don't go too heavy, because, or else you'll just have salted chicken, and that's not really what you want. Alright, some garlic powder. Just pour, and what I do is I just kind of pour it in to kind of cover it. Just go with what looks right. You'll as you taste more, you'll kind of learn how much you should put of each thing in. Okay, I'm lying there. I usually don't know how much to put of each thing in. It's usually just a guess. Put a little bit of thyme in here. Almost a little bit too much. Caught it just in time. And as I said, stir between each, because now this will actually break it up a little bit. It'll get it stirred to be a little bit more even. Chili powder. There we go. And I am doing this before I put all the veggies in. Once I get all these in, I will put the veggies in, because I want the veggies to kind of have their own flavor profile. It's mainly chicken that you want to season, because chicken doesn't have much flavor to it. And remember, this is also the hot paprika, because we like things a little spicy around here. There we go. Here, I'll show you guys the chicken before we go into throwing in the other stuff. Here we go. See, it's starting to get kind of a nice golden, wait, oh, there we go. Nice little golden color on it. That's from all the seasonings. So now what we'll do, let's start with the onions. You know what, I might not use all these onions. I'm using all the onions. I'm also going to use, I'm taking out a couple pieces of onions. They're like the really inner, thicker part. And all peppers. This is a good way to get like a lot of veggies into your meal and not as much protein. Well, there might still be a lot of protein in here, just like you don't have as much chicken and such. I probably should have used the big can. I am seeing that now. Not a big surprise, that's kind of how it usually goes. I usually find out after I get going. I chose the wrong size pan. There we go. So then just kind of slowly stir it in. That one's lost to us. So just kind of slowly stir it in. I'm trying to get the veggies kind of towards the bottom now, so then they can cook rather than the chicken as much. There's going to be a lot more veggies than there will be chicken, which is fine. It just means we can spread out the chicken more. And it also means I cut up too much, or didn't cut up enough chicken. Kind of depends on which way you look at it. There we go. So I might add a little bit more seasoning, just because there's not a ton of chicken to help fill in that seasoning. So we're going to add a little bit more of each of those seasonings back. We will stir at the end this time instead, just to make it go a little faster. So chili powder. So you can hear that starting to cook. Next one will be paprika. I'm trying to like pull it off with one hand right now. There we go. Paprika. Okay, I gotta set you guys down for a second again. Right there. Just while I get these last couple in. A little bit of time. I always pour too much. Probably the rest of the garlic powder, because we do not have much. Yep, rest of the garlic powder. Salt. And pepper. And then you guys will probably just have to sit there for a minute while I mix, just so I can get through this real quick. Just so I can mix it well without pouring it everywhere, hopefully. Ha, that's funny, right? It will probably go everywhere because the pan is too small. Alright, so I put all my spices away as well. I like to try and keep those picked up. Alright, so just kind of slowly stir. You don't have to rush this because it's just going to cook. with this much, you're more than likely not going to burn it if you keep it at a good low temperature. I'm just under medium right now. Take it up to a straight medium. So medium, medium, low, and then you probably won't burn anything. You just gotta keep mixing everything here and there. Keep everything rolling around. And just keep mixing, keep moving. Get everything as mixed and like separate, like not separated, but like mixed together evenly, if that makes sense. Like I'm trying to get the chicken a little bit more incorporated with the peppers and the onion right now. Because the peppers and onions incorporated themselves pretty well, actually. Kind of surprised. Alright, so let me pick you guys up. Here we go. This is what it's looking right like now. So we're just going to kind of let this go a little bit. Like just leave it sitting. You're okay. It will cook. And you will be okay. So what we're going to do, so this one's going to be mine. I'll leave that one for Zach. Get this ready to go in the microwave. So it's just going to sit there for a couple minutes until this is pretty much almost completely ready. That way, when this is ready, then we can just make it hot and that doesn't cool down too much. So it won't taste all funky or weird. Look at that. Oh. That thyme looks really good in this. Like, look at that. Got some nice kind of browning on there right now from the cooking and from the seasonings. Like, yum. Let me actually try and grab a nice little yellow pepper here. Let's just, come here, little yellow pepper. Come on, you little yellow pepper. Try and blow that off without tossing it in the sink on accident. Okay. Alright, so doing that tells me it's not quite done. Because it's warm, but not really, really warm. And it's still super crunchy rather than becoming soft. Looks like the onions are pretty much done. Chicken's pretty much done. So what I should have probably done was actually start the peppers first, because it seems like it's taking longer for those to cook over everything. That could have also just been the bite I got, because it's kind of a bigger bite. Like this is kind of big. Try and keep your cuts a bit more even than I did, because then it will help everything cook a little bit better. Cook a little more evenly. Okay, trying to get as much peppers on the bottom as possible right now. Let it cook through. Wadu is Lord. Who is Wadu? And why is he Lord? And you are watching this because you are hungry. I feel like several people probably do that. They're like, you know what, I'm hungry, so let me watch cooking shows to make me more hungry. And then let me just go throw in a frozen pizza after watching all those cooking shows. Because, you know, that's how it goes, right? Right? You watch all these people do all this hard work and then you're just like, you know what, frozen pizza sounds good. The Lord. Who is Wadu? Wadu? And why, like I said, why is he the Lord? Why? What has he done? Did he, like, take over for the other Lord? Did he kick the other Lord out? Or something? I am very curious now. Oof. So yeah, those onions are looking good. Wadu heck? What the heck? Okay, I like that one. That's kind of funny. Wadu is Lord. Their name's kind of funny. That's awesome. Wadu! That, god dang it. Of course that makes me think of, do you know the way? Do you know the way? Oh, look at that. And you got the little steam coming off. That shows you that it's cooking. You got moisture in there. That's just burning off as well. That's also what it tells you. That's straight up what it is that moisture is coming off. Okay, peppers. Are you doing a bit better? Are you a bit more cooked now? as I throw some chicken all over my counter. Thank goodness I clean. Oh, okay. That's a dead meme. Good. When it first popped up, I was like, why? Why? And besides, I'm all about the dead memes. I hate them at first and then I like them later. No, I'm kidding. I don't. No. You know, you know what? Maybe I'll do that in Minecraft. I'll build dead memes. I'll build the dead memes in Minecraft. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Next. First one. Do you know the way? Ha. And of course you have to have a princess. Probably Princess Peach, right? Right? Or Metroid. I don't know why Metroid. Samus. Just trying to make sure this doesn't burn the heck out of me. Better. Okay. So. Don't. Alright. Got this going. I'm going 30 seconds to see. No. It'll become my most hated videos ever on YouTube. All the dead memes. Oh, okay, let's sizzle. Okay, so since this is pretty much done, I can turn off the heat. I'm going to leave it on the heat for now, though, just so it kind of keeps cooking while I'm getting that done. Alright, so how's the rice? Okay, rice is good. Nope. So, luckily I got this little extra room that I can just set my plate right next to this. Like, oh yeah, that's how you do. That's how you do it, right, man? Oh, okay. Why, thank you. It smells pretty good too. And so I don't like white onions, but these white onions are actually looking really good and really tasty. Chicken's kind of hidden in here, but you know, that's okay. I think it's time for me to get my veggies back in my body. Everyone needs a little bit of veggies in their life. So I'm going to try and scoop and show you guys the scooping. But don't hate me if I miss a bit of it, because I'm not trying to hold the camera and do this at the same time. It's not that easy. Not as easy as you would think. Lots and lots of peppers. I think I've gotten 2 or 3 pieces of chicken. Let me see if I can get a couple more out here. I want to try a little bit of chicken. Vinny, sweet onions are the only onions I like. I like purple onions because they're pretty sweet. Like, I don't think they're as sweet onions are, but purple onion is probably my favorite onion at this point, and the only ones I really eat that much of. A couple more things. But I try to make some stuff with the white onion because I know Zach likes it and stuff, and it makes him happy, so try to keep him happy because he works hard. Alright, so I'm going to pull this off the heat now. It'll keep cooking a little bit. Let me kind of spread this out a little bit so it all cooks evenly at least. And then Zach can grab some. Oh, God. It kind of felt like I just swallowed my tongue. Whoops. Alright, so I'm grabbing a knife so I can cut up my tom-toms. I do call them tom-toms, and when I mean tom-toms, I mean my tomatoes. There we go. Purple aren't too bad. Not a fan of white and yellow. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan either, but like I said, do it for the boyfriend. All you can afford is ramen. I know how that is. That's how college life was. I actually ate so much ramen for a while that I wound up getting sick off of it. I had to stop eating ramen because it was literally making me physically ill. And it was really bad. If I ate it, I got the worst stomach pains. Oof. Are you in college then, Wadu? I'm curious. Because usually that's what most college kids live off of. So I'm going to do a little bit of sour cream. Trying to think. Kind of want a hot sauce, but we don't really have any I like. Oh, tortilla, there we go. A little bit of tapatio. I guessed it right. The true college kid, the one that can only afford ramen. What are you going for college? What are you going to college for? So just little bits of Tapatio. You can put on any hot sauce if you like. You don't have to put hot sauce on. Ramen mixed with frozen veggies and canned meat isn't too bad. Balances it out of it. Agreed. We usually take ramen. Zach will make like ramen out of it, like the pork and the special sauce and all that. I feel like that gets kind of expensive. Yeah, still good. I think. Make sure. Yeah. Definitely mix it with stuff. I like to mix it with other seasonings like a balsamic vinaigrette. I like putting that in it. Tomatoes are always a good choice because it gives a little bit of veggies at least. Just trying to get some sour cream out the best I can. I have like this shaking technique down pat. You're sick of it? Yeah, I believe it. But yeah, what are you going to college for? Tell me. I want to know. I want to know how famous you're going to be. No. College does not. Not all college stuff makes you famous. And not all big ones make you famous either. It does. Make sure you're eating different flavors of ramen as well. If you're just eating like just the chickens, that would get even more boring quickly. Alright. So you could probably also put salsa and stuff in this. Yeah. How many more years you got? There we go. Looking pretty good. Sorry about the fuzziness. Hold on. That did not help. I thought it was my camera was covered. Maybe it helped a little bit. So we got rice on the bottom. We got our pepper jack cheese on top of that. And then we got our mix of the chicken, onions, and the red and yellow peppers. Some tomatoes. I like the orange tomatoes. Orange or yellow are usually my favorite. Got a little bit of Tapatio, a little bit of sour cream. So let's try this. Let's see how dinner's gonna taste tonight, huh? Here, maybe you guys want to see how to wrap this. So, take both ends. Here, I gotta kind of stick it a little bit. Wrap both ends in. Take one side and wrap it up and over and kind of drag it in and just fold it over again. Usually the top end becomes a little open for me, but that's okay. 2 years left. That's actually not bad. I won't lie. I went to college and I left before I had just 2 years left. I probably had 3 or so left, and I was like, nah, I'm done. So keep going, get through it, and then I bet you'll be pretty happy. You will go find a job in your career, which that might take a little time. Be warned, it could take a little time, but you'll get there, and then once you get where you want to be, you'll be happy, and it'll be good. All right, let's see how this tastes, huh, guys? Okay, so that rice is really good. This rice is more than just white rice. It's like chicken broth with it. If you can afford like a little mini cooker or mini rice cooker, get rice and mix it with like chicken broth and stuff, and that'll give you a little flavored rice. Or you can get lots of rice for cheap, and then you can put whatever you want on rice, because rice is pretty bland, and then you can make whatever flavors you want. So first bite, I got quite a bit of rice, which was good, but then it slowly kind of melted into a little bit of the peppers and onions. I got a piece of chicken, and the chicken was good. The flavor is good. I can taste the pepper jack. Not on this, Vinny. Not on this. Let's see. I want to get a good bite to really go off of it. Hold on. Pull this back. Oh, that is so good. So, definitely getting a little bit of a tang with both the pepper jack cheese and I think it's mainly the paprika and the chili powder. I can definitely taste what did I say it was? The thyme coming through, and it actually tastes really good. It works really well with this. The tomatoes doesn't give it that kind of chill versus everything else being hot, which helps kind of cool it down and just keep it at a more even place. You know, it's just kind of really good. The peppers, all the way cooked through. I think I should have given them a little bit more time. I should have started them first, because they seem to cook slower than everything else, so it makes everything a little bit more mushier, or the chicken can be a little dry, but it's not too bad. Do I play video games? I actually do. I actually mainly do video games, but I figured cooking with Grizz1y might be kind of fun. But I play a lot of video games. I play Minecraft and Rocket League. Let's see. PUBG. I play a lot of playthroughs. I like playthroughs and stuff like that. So one more bite, just to get you the real good flavor. That onion's good. I normally don't like onions, but that onion is good. Wow. I'm really happy with this. Using leftover rice from a different recipe. Pepper jack's really good. I'm glad I chose the seasonings I did, because it gave it that little punch that it needed. The peppers are good. I think doing the warm colors like the red and orange, or red and yellow, or yellow and orange, are the best choices for this. I think green would be a little bit too strong and bitter, but these ones have a little bit of a sweeter flavor, especially since with the white onion you get a little bit more of a bitter flavor than a sweeter, and it kind of just balances out. Excuse me. Wow, by the end of doing cooking with Grizz1y, I'm just gonna be like an absolute food critic or something. Anyway, guys, I am all done making dinner, so that means it's my time to go eat. It's your guys' time to go cook it. Hey. It wasn't too hard to make. Dethaw your chicken. I forgot to do that, so it made it a little bit more of a pain. Just dethaw your chicken. If you want, you can get pre-cut chicken already, or a full chicken that you can just rip apart. A rotisserie chicken, that's what they're called. And then just pluck that apart and throw it in. But it's not too difficult to make, and if you get like a couple of extra of each, you can make like a really big batch. So Jack's cooking, which is making your food sound awesome. What's Jack? You'll have to tell me what Jack's making later. But yeah, you can make a big batch, throw a couple of chickens in, throw like a couple extra peppers in, make like a full batch of rice where you have a lot, and then you can literally lay it out for people to make their own, which is kind of cool. I always like when you can kind of make a thing your own. Like I added the hot sauce and the sour cream, which I think was good, and I added tomatoes. I like the tomatoes. So, well, guys, I'm going to end this here because I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat and chill and relax. And yeah, that is going to be it for me tonight. Thank you all for coming out and watching. Thanks for all the follows. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for hanging out. Welcome, Wadu is Lord. Still gotta learn who this Wadu is, and be warned, the dead memes are coming. So, alright guys, I shall see you all later, probably tomorrow. And all of you have a good night.